Today, I'm gonna teach you how to make churros with white chocolate, amaretto, and pistachio, and then we're gonna also do a salted caramel. So we're gonna start with our pot. We're gonna add some water to it. Then we do butter. Then we are going to do some vanilla. So you wanna take your knife, kind of cut right in between, in the middle of the bean, and then with your knife, you just scrape it. Look at that. And this is what you want to use. So you're gonna take that, scrape it, put it inside. I'm also gonna add a little bit of sugar in here, all right? Because this is gonna melt in the water. While my choux paste is going, I am going to start to work on the sauces, right? So all I need is a pot right here and a bowl. And you're gonna measure 1 cup of heavy cream. You're gonna put that on top, you're gonna put that in the pot. And then you're gonna turn that on at low heat. Now, in the meantime, I'm looking at here, and the water is actually going, right? Which means I'm ready for the next step. So you kind of want to turn it around, make sure the butter and the water and the sugar, it's all dissolved. Now it's time to add my flour, all right? So you're gonna take your flour, and you see how I'm adding this, but I'm also whisking at the same time, right? And now you just, it's not time to be gentle, you kind of like really whisk it. So you see how I incorporated all the flour in here? You see the consistency of this? So now I'm gonna go back here into my sauce, put the chocolate in the bowl, and look what I do, I just put it on top here, right? Now what's gonna happen is that the steam is gonna heat up very gently the white chocolate on top. The white chocolate is going to melt. So what I do is I take my, my white chocolate and I start pouring the cream in it. I kind of give it a nice stir. I don't add it all at the same time. And I'm gonna flavor it with the amaretto, right? Liqueur. This is very, very strong, so. Okay, we add some amaretto here. And then, because I want that almond flavor of the amaretto to really come through, I add just a tiny touch, a splash of almond extract. All right, guys, look. White sauce, done. So I take it, put it aside. This needs to cool down, but the white chocolate is done. And this is just about, time to actually incorporate the eggs. So I take my eggs, I take my mixer, I make sure it's plugged in. I'm gonna take my eggs, I do one at a time. I'm gonna put the egg in here. And then I take my mixer, there you go, and I'm gonna start mixing. Now, at first, it will look like it's not coming together. So you have to trust that this is gonna come together. Eventually it will. As soon as the egg is incorporated, it's done. Do you see how easy this dough is? Look. All right, this is what I'm looking for, right here. You're going to have these done, like they come like that, right? So you're gonna have a tip. You're gonna take, this is how much I'm taking off. Take it back, and here you go. You see it? So it's a little trial and error, right? But more or less, 1.5 inches. Look, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna push it down, right? There we go. Then I take my, look, this is what you want, all right? It looks like this, right? So what you do, you just like press it down until, look, until it's just about right here. We're gonna take granulated sugar. Some water, enough to kind of bring the sugar together, the clumps of the sugar together, but this is kind of what it should look like, okay? A little lemon here, we're gonna do lemon juice. That's it. we're gonna let it kind of start melting and give it some color. While this goes, let's talk about churros piping. You're going to have these little papers, look how cute they are. So I just put them out, right? Easy. Pipe it on top of here. So you just press with one hand and you just go down and then that's it, right? Caramel, look. Right now, I took it off the stove. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add the butter. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Taking it a little off the stove. I have the cream and I'm gonna add it to it. Again, you're introducing cold into hot, so what's gonna happen? It bubbles up. You need to be careful. And I'm constantly whisking. You see that? So I'm gonna take my salt flakes, all right? We're gonna use these. We're not gonna use the regular salt that we usually use. I'm gonna add them to my caramel. And now you go back into the churros. Okay, so I have the churros here. So you need to make sure that the oil is hot enough. So I'm gonna take my churros and I'm gonna just literally gently throw them in here. And then you'll see that the parchment paper just come off, right? Come up, I'll show you. Now, I'm not doing all the churros at the same time because the oil would cool down and then you get like a really soggy, oil-filled kind of mess, right? Because you're putting cold things into oil. If you put too many, the temperature of the oil will go down. So you always want to kind of, work with what you got. So I have my pan. I'm just going to add my nuts. So we're going to have this toasted for just 30 seconds. That's fine. Okay, I have my sugar blender here. I'm going to take this, put them in a bowl because I'm going to dip my churros in it. Okay, we got the churros here. I'm gonna take this. I like to move them immediately into sugar. And the reason why I like to do that is that the sugar sticks to the churro much easier. It's nice and mix. I would take the churro, I would dip the end of the churro in the white chocolate, and then you dip them in the pistachio. All right, so it's time to plate. So I'm gonna take my caramel here. Let's do a big spoon. There you go. Then we have our white chocolate. Churros are fun. They're supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be, whimsical, right? There you go. And you made churros today. Look at that.